So what's the process that you use now? And what's an opportunity for somebody else who wants to write a book and participate in this as part of their business?
Yeah. Well, okay. So like I said, I had to figure out another way because I wanted to write more books. I just said, I've got to do this. Right. And I also wanted to do it cheap. Let's talk about the ghostwriter for a second. So as real estate agents, right, we are attacked every single day by people who want to sell us something. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all shiny object stuff. And, with the ghostwriter, I ended up paying them a lot of money to write this book. That's just to write the book. And then through this company that we use, now they want to publish and help distribute and do all this other stuff. That's a whole other set of expenses that you're incurring, and you're going, I haven't even gotten any business out of it yet. It's crazy. I can't keep doing this. Right. And then I would go on appointments, and I would say, they said, oh, we read your book. I said, great. We would be talking, and they would kind of look at me funny, and they go, but that's not what you said in the book. That's not how the book reads. That's not the same tone that we get from the book. And I was like, oh, this is so frustrating because it just wasn't really working the way that I was hoping it would work. And so that was out, right? Then I did the leasing program. And at the time, there was 2 different companies that were doing this. You could lease their books. You pay a monthly fee. And, for anybody, unless you're doing a lot of business, it was kind of a hefty fee. Plus you had to buy their books. And I think at the time it was $9 or $10 per book that was going out, which made it not effective to do. Right. So I'm going, oh my gosh, I can't be handing out $10 books all day long. Right. And hope I get a return. Right. So I had to figure out how to do it easy. I had to figure out how to do it cheap. That was the other aspect of it too. Because I don't know if you know, we're real estate agents. We're cheap, right?
No, I'm cost effective.
Yeah, cost effective, right? And so
it looks like cheap. It seems like cheap, but I'm cost effective.
Yeah. So then I said, okay, what's the better way? I hunted, I searched, I looked at everything. I was constantly doing research, when I had time to look into it. And I found a video from a guy named Jason Flatline, I think. I wish I could remember his name. I'm so sorry. And he shared this method of what I call my sticky brain dump method. The biggest difficulty in writing a book is coming up with the content that goes in the book and not having writer's block, right? And so with this method, this is a technique where I take sticky notes. I get a couple hundred sticky notes or index cards, or I can do it in Trello, or there's a bunch of different ways that you can do it. I like the sticky note method because it's easier to move around and organize. And I literally just sit there and I just do a brain dump. I go, okay, what's the topic of the book that I want to work on? The topic of the book is, selling your family home, in probate, we'll say. Okay. And I'll say, okay, great. What do I know about probate? And I'll just start writing, free flow writing, where I don't let anything get in the way. There's no right, there's no wrong. And on each sticky note, I'll write down every single thought that I have. Open houses, marketing, signs, clearing out the junk, what to do when you find mom and dad's, medications in the house. What if there's valuables in the house? How do you clean out the house? How do right there, I just did 6, 7, 8 things in a couple of seconds. And the funny thing that happens is, as you're doing this process, you're writing these out, and all you do is just set them aside, write one, set it aside. As you're doing this, the things that you just wrote start triggering other things that you didn't think of before. And you go, oh yeah, that too. And that too. And I literally I'm looking to see if I have one of my envelopes around here. I do not. Yeah, sorry. I will literally end up with a stack of, 100, 150 sticky notes. Okay. And then what I do, this is how I do it, is I take those sticky notes and I just put them all on my whiteboard. Now, I know how to, I know generally what category each of these topics should go under. And so then I start separating them by those categories. And it's just a matter of take it off the whiteboard and stick it over here and take this one and stick it over there. And then within each category, I'll put it in an order that flows, makes total sense. And I'm telling you, Bill, I can have this done in, 2 hours, maybe a couple hours of focused effort. And when I do that, that is the most difficult part of the whole book writing process.
Yeah.
Because then the next step is I'm looking at my sticky notes and I record myself and I go, so when it comes time to putting a sign in the yard, do you use a signpost or do you use a, one of those metal stake signs, or do you just put one in the window? And what should be on the sign, and I'll record what I'm talking about with that particular thing. I'll go through it, and guess what? In no time, I have an entire transcript of my entire book, rough version, of course.